Good day, RGV. Today on Valley por Vida, we're talking about a Brewed in Texas campaign and how we're Texas strong. We're also bringing you helpful tax tips to keep in mind when preparing for next year. Plus, we've got an all-new Pet of the Week segment along with so much more. The show starts right now. Hi there, and thanks again for joining us today. I'm your host, Danielle Banda. So we're kicking off today's show with info on how one beer company is launching its all-new Brewed in Texas campaign. In fact, one in every 7 of their products sold is sold here in the Lone Star State. And now they're seeking to tap into the passions and top beer drinking for Texans, just considering special occasions. I mean, we're talking special events, like soccer events, rodeos, boxing, and so much more that we Texans care about. It's really just a campaign that comes to life, showing how professional bull rider Cooper David and Mexican national team midfielder Rodolfo Pizarro, alongside world lightweight champion boxer Lopez, really just care about the good times that you have with friends and your family, with a cold one, of course. So we decided to speak with one representative of their team to learn all about what the campaign entails.
Hi everybody, my name is Chris Kaiser, the Senior Director of Marketing for Bud Light. I live here in the great state of Texas, in Austin, Texas, and really excited to talk to everybody about our Brewed in Texas campaign that we have kicked off this summer. Bud Light continues to be the #1 beer brand in the industry and the #1 beer brand in Texas. But what people might not realize is the critical role that Texas plays in maintaining that top rank in the country. In fact, 1 in every 7 Bud Lights sold in the U.S. is sold right here in Texas. And while Bud Light continues to lead its share of beer category within the state and the U.S., Texas remains a very important piece of our business as the beers industry continues to grow at a rapid pace. So this opportunity is why Bud Light continues to double down in Texas, and we recently launched our Brewed in Texas campaign, tapping into Texas passion points and drinking occasions through partnerships with rodeo, boxing, soccer, and of course football. So this campaign follows a long storied history in the great Lone Star State, Texas. Anheuser-Busch's Houston Brewery has been handcrafting Bud Light since its introduction in 1982 and currently brews about 87% of all Bud Light sold in Texas and 100% of our unique Bud Light Texas packs. Now, for our Brewed in Texas campaign, we teamed up with professional bull rider Cooper Davis, Mexican national team midfielder Rodolfo Pizarro, and world lightweight champion Teofimo Lopez for a content series that shows how we go for great lengths for a good time with family, friends, and Bud Light. So Cooper, Rodolfo, and Teofimo were selected for the campaign because they are leaders in their sport and have strong followings right here in the Lone Star State. With a ton of fun, we had a blast with them on the set, and we're really excited to showcase these new spots. So of course, as you mentioned, Bud Light is all about having fun, and that's what we're going to bring to with this new campaign. And we have a massive Hispanic community here in Texas who love soccer. We want to show that we see you, we're invested in their passion points and the occasions that people love and where they bring Bud Light to those occasions. The Hispanic population currently makes up about 40% of the Texas population and continues to grow, both in the state and across the country. So it's so important that we continue to reach and bring Bud Light fun to that demographic. And the Mexican national team in particular has a very large and strong following fan base here, and they're playing games in 18-team stadium in Dallas, and they've played 7 times since 2009, and they will continue to play there actually later this month on May 28th. So when the team takes on Nigeria for their 2022 Mex Tour, and we'll be there supporting them as well. First of all, Danielle, I want to thank you for your time, and we're going to continue to invest in the great state of Texas, and really looking forward to bringing this campaign to life and having it stay there for years to come with our new packaging, with our new media, radio, out-of-home billboards. So you're going to see it all throughout the great state of Texas, and the Texan pride that we're going to bring.
Again, the goal here is that the campaign will be recognized as a long storied part of history when it comes to the company here in Texas. And these handcrafted beverages have been employing over 600 local Texans and brewing about 87% of our Texas beer, proving that everything really is bigger in our state. We're so proud to be from Texas. And Texans really stick together, right? I mean, whether it be for lending support in the good times or in the bad. And that's just great to know because life can get pretty crazy sometimes, you know. In fact, 2022 is honestly just flying by, and before we know it, it'll be December. And of course, during the end of the year, a lot of us tend to think about what we could have done better, especially when it comes to, a better tax refund. And we think about what we can do for next time. It can be really tough to know how exactly to approach this, but we're able to speak with a tax expert right now to learn about what we can do if we missed the deadline for filing our taxes, plus so many other helpful tips.
Hi, my name is Anita. I'm from Jackson Hewitt, and today I'm excited to talk to you about mid-year tax planning. It's important to review paycheck withholding throughout the year. So doing a mid-year checkup can help you know if you're on track. There's an IRS tool that you can use for that. It's called the Tax Withholding Estimator. And basically, you just fill in some information from your pay stub. And if you see that you're on the verge or have a balance due, right now is the perfect time to fix that. So you can fill out a new W-4 with your employer and adjust that extra withholding so you can have a refund. Generally, filers who are due a refund don't get a penalty. Filers who have tax owed, they are subject to penalties and interest. So the sooner they file, they reduce those charges. Electronic filing this year is still available to October 17th. So the child tax credit is going back to the original $2,000 instead of the upgraded $3,000. And then less than 5 children were getting $3,600. So that is going to be a big shock for a lot of filers. Right now is the perfect time, to get an estimate on what your refund is going to be, so that way at the end of the year, for the beginning of the year next year, you don't get a refund shock, as to you were expecting more than you should have gotten. Yeah, it's always a great time, just to come in and get an estimate, especially now. We're open year round, so we're available to help with that. Yeah, if you see that you're on track, try putting a little extra on your retirement savings. That helps, and that can absolutely boost your refund. It's very important, especially for self-employed, to keep track of your mileage. We do have a lot of issues with that, where they don't realize that they do need to keep track at the very beginning of the year for that.
And since you might be saving some money this time by properly preparing for your taxes, maybe you can use some of those funds to invest in opening up your home to a new furry family member. There's always a dog or cat in need, and you can do your part by sharing the love in your heart for a new pet. We actually dropped by one local animal shelter to see who's in need of a forever home in our Pet of the Week segment, sponsored by Best Friends Animal Society.